Summertime's a great time to get out and enjoy your favorite hobby, whether it's golfing, fishing, or in John Turner's case, collecting so-called junk to restore and show to others. Rob Wiles paid a visit to this Eagleville resident who spent more than 60 years collecting local history and sharing life lessons through this so-called junk.
I growed up knowing what I wanted to do when I was even in the 2nd and 3rd grade was to farm.
John Turner of Eagleville got his wish. He was a farmer. Now he's retired from that, but he still keeps busy, just as he always had, collecting what he calls his junk.
What I am bad about doing, I would collect stuff, show it, and then I wound up selling it. And then what I would get out of that would be a pretty good sum. And then I would take it and turn right around and buy other different things and collect it.
As you might imagine, John collects things he finds interesting, like tractors.
There's 3 tractors in here that I use to farm with. I always liked tractors, and it was no trouble to find an old tractor and work on it and fix it up and paint it and restore it.
And how about the toy ones too? Did you just enjoy collecting them?
Well, they just sort of come along. It's just sort of one of those things that I didn't, when I growed up, I didn't even have a tractor, a toy tractor to ride, or had very, very few toys. Because we didn't have much money or nothing when I growed up. I was skinning polecats and I was 12 or 13 years old because I could get $5 for a polecat. I was raised when you had toilets on the outside and no running water in the house.
John is the kind of man people give things to because they know he'll treasure them and bring them back to life.
That's got alcohol in it. Take that match and
you want me to light it?
I want you to light it.
I'm not going to set the place on fire,
no,
I hope.
Go on.
All right, you sure about that?
I won't get you in no trouble.
All right, all right.
There
we go.
So this was in the bank at Eagleville. It's got a piston in it, it's got a sleeve, it's got a crankshaft in it. Now it takes just a second. I'll give it a little help for it to get started. Well, now that's a good antique.
That is.
That was before electricity.
Uh-huh.
So Mr. Russell Puckett, he used to tell me when I was a kid that what they used it for when they got a hot check, they'd start the fan up and let the fan blow it and cool it off.
As a farmer, John was used to working in bad weather. Today he's standing out in the rain, and although he's no longer a farmer, he's still cultivating crops of young minds from nearby Eagleville Elementary.
See, look at here. That's one of my girls right there. See, this is my cannon and a limber. I was in a reenactment. I was at a boat race right there and shot the cannon before they started the boat race.
Whoa. That's so cool.
It is very cool, isn't it? Which one do you like best, Curtis?
Oh, that's a tough question. The kids like it all. And as for John, he and his wife Judy like it all too.
All I want to do is just try to instill into somebody else the knowledge that I have. And this junk, these tractors and stuff is really not mine. I have only been the carekeeper. The Lord has put me here, and what is not, the land's not even ours. There's nothing ours. The Lord has put us here to take care of stuff to pass down to other people.
Along with the knowledge of the past, like which Southern hero is which.
Is that Robert E. Lee?
No, that's Jack Daniel. He's the man that made all the whiskey. Now, I don't drink whiskey and don't even drink beer, but I don't think there's nothing wrong with nobody drinking it if he wants it, but he ought to be particular what he does after he drinks it. I ain't never need to drink it because I'm always high anyhow and working and doing.
Doing some things has been tough for John.
I couldn't read nothing and understand it, but I never did quit. I never did quit. And it's much better for you to do something and do it wrong than to do nothing. Don't go through life and say, well, I can't do that. I might not get it right or not. I might not do it right.
That message is one reason Teresa Hill has brought her third graders to see John's collections, and John himself for more than 20 years.
I like them to hear what they have to say because it's not just academics, it's about life. And he's a perfect example, and Miss Judy, of hard work and dedication and God-fearing people and what you can do if you don't give up. And that's perfect. The other thing is, look at all the history they're learning, hands-on history. And it's about Tennessee, it's about the South, and it's about Eagleville, Chapel Hill, College Grove, Murfreesboro. So, I mean, why wouldn't I bring them? It's perfect.
Perfect for Mr. Turner, too.
Well, what I never have been able to understand, for a man to grow up and not be interested in hunting, fishing, playing golf, or collecting something or doing something, just nothing to do, I was always interested in doing something.
Yeah, doing quite a lot. Preserving bits of history, passing them along, wrapped in some always relevant lessons from life to very appreciative audiences.